Welcome to the Therapy Show podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Mustard. In each episode, I interview a seasoned and knowledgeable talk therapist from the counseling world to glean valuable insights, techniques, and tools that you can apply to your practice and your life. And if you're considering a career in the counseling field or just want to hear about what it's like to be a talk therapist, then this is the podcast for you. Well, hi there. Welcome to another Put It Into Practice episode. It's Saturday, and that means I'm heading to a volleyball tournament. Now, I love volleyball tournaments. Both our daughters play volleyball. It's something I absolutely love watching them do. And I didn't play sports growing up. Well, I did play tennis for a little bit there, but I never played a team sport. And I love that our girls are playing volleyball and having the experience of working as or on a team. And it's such a fun sport to watch. So that's my weekend right there. Volleyball, volleyball, volleyball. I also wanted to let you guys know that I've been getting some really great feedback for these Saturday episodes. So I'm just going to keep them coming to you every Saturday, come into your earbuds with a Put It Into Practice episode, tips and advice, suggestions that just help you level up your emotional and mental health. And if you have a question for me, please send me an email, and that email is lisa@lisamustard.com, or you can message me over on Instagram. Just find me, Lisa Mustard Podcaster. Okay, one more thing before we dive into this hot topic. I want to let you know that I have a free ebook for you, and it's called 15 Easy Habits That Support Your Mental Health. And along with the ebook, you also get a self-care checklist. So head to the link in the show notes to sign up for the free ebook. And then you'll also get an email from me, email series that follows with just some more suggestions and tips. And I love to connect with the people on my email list. So oftentimes I'll ask you to hit reply and let me know or send suggestions. So definitely sign up for my email list if you want to kind of get to know me a little bit better. And I would love to get to know you as well. So head to the link in the show notes to grab that free ebook. All right. Okay, so today's episode, we're going to talk about something that affects a lot of us, which is self-confidence. I mean, do you ever feel like you're not good enough or doubt your abilities and potential? Do you struggle to assert yourself or make decisions because of fear or self-doubt? Because, first of all, you're not alone. Because low self-confidence can be a significant barrier to achieving your goals and living a fulfilling life. But the good news is that know that self-confidence is not a fixed trait. It can be developed and strengthened over time. And I'll share with you guys that growing up, I would say that my confidence was pretty low. And I didn't really know that I had low confidence until probably my 20s when I started going to counseling. It kind of, started, I know I've shared with y'all, unearthing a lot of my past and a lot of things that happened to me growing up. And that definitely can play a role in low or decreased self-confidence. But when I started to pay attention to my self-confidence and started to work on it, things in my life just things just started to happen around me and for me. And so I want to share with you guys a little bit more about self-confidence. We're going to talk about practical strategies that you can use to increase your self-confidence, and also going to share maybe the root cause of low self-confidence and explore techniques to challenge some of that negative self-talk that I know I can have going on in my head. Help you build a positive self-image and develop the skills and mindset necessary to achieve your goals. So whether you're looking to improve your performance at work, build better, stronger relationships, or simply feel better about yourself, listen up. This episode is for you. So what is low self-confidence? First of all, low self-confidence is a lack of belief in oneself and one's abilities, and it can manifest as feelings of doubt, inadequacy, and inferiority. People with low self-confidence may believe that they are not good enough or capable of achieving their goals. And this can lead to a lack of motivation, avoidance of challenges, and difficulty making decisions. And low self-confidence can have a significant impact on a person's overall well-being, affecting their relationships, career, and mental health. Now, before we go any further, it's important to note that low self-confidence is not the same as humility or self-awareness. Humility is an honest assessment of one's strengths and weaknesses, while low self-confidence involves a negative and distorted self-image. Self-awareness involves a clear understanding of one's thoughts and feelings, while low self-confidence can result in self-doubt and self-criticism. Low self-confidence is a common issue that many people struggle with at some point in their lives, And it can be caused by a variety of factors, including past experiences, a lot of negative self talk, and unrealistic expectations that you might put on yourself. So, why would someone develop low self confidence? Like I said, it can be caused by a variety of factors. One could be negative past experiences, such as a person's past experiences can shape their beliefs about themselves, and negative experiences such as failure or criticism can lead to low self confidence. Now, I did an episode on how to handle failure a few weeks back. So, if that's something that you struggle with, dealing with failure or criticism, go back and find that episode and listen to it. I'll put it in the show notes as well. Also, another cause can be perfectionism. When you set unrealistic expectations for yourself and constantly strive for perfection, it can lead to low self confidence when you don't meet those expectations. And that's pretty common. I do see that a lot. Also, lack of support. A lack of support from family or friends can lead to feelings of inadequacy and low self confidence. So, if you've also had limited life experiences, so like limited exposure to new things, new experiences, and challenges can prevent a person from developing confidence in their abilities. Now, I see this a lot in some young women, and maybe that's a whole other topic, but I do see this a lot in young women who haven't had the opportunity to go out and experience new things and new challenges. So I think it's really important to put yourself in situations where you have to challenge yourself at something new. And for me, that's it's so funny because I always share that like lifting weights and going to the gym really has built my self-confidence in my 20s. It really pushed me. I mean, I guess pushing heavy weights, haha. That's not lost on me. But I guess what I'm getting at is when I set a new challenge for myself in the gym and I was able to achieve it, that grew my self confidence. That's just one example. Another common cause is comparing oneself to others. Constantly comparing oneself to other people, especially in the age of social media, can lead to feelings of inferiority and low self confidence. Okay, so I did another episode. I think I did 2 episodes on dealing with social media. So go back and find those as well. I'll put them in the show notes. But I mean, social media, I think, has made it even worse for us nowadays. Mental health issues is another common cause. Anxiety, depression, and PTSD, or what that is post traumatic stress disorder, can also lead to low confidence. Now, it's important to remember that this is a common issue and that a lot of people do struggle with it at some point in your lives. But there are so many ways that you can increase your self confidence. And I'm going to go over about 10. Number 1 is identify negative self talk. So pay attention to your inner dialogue and identify any negative thoughts or beliefs that are holding you back. Common examples of negative self talk include I'm not good enough, I'll never be able to do this, and everyone else is better than me. So identify that self-talk, be aware of what you're telling yourself, the thoughts you're telling yourself. Number 2 is question the evidence. Then ask yourself whether there is any evidence to support these negative thoughts. Are they based on facts or assumptions? Is there any evidence to the contrary? It's really important that you then question the evidence and question those negative thoughts. Number 3, then reframe your thoughts. So once you have identified your negative self-talk, reframe your thoughts in a more positive and realistic way. For example, instead of saying, I'm not good enough, reframe it as, I may not be perfect, but I am capable and I am improving. I struggled with this so much when I started the podcast. I went into podcasting after a couple episodes and I was like, I'm not good at this. But I was comparing myself to all these podcasters that have been doing it for hundreds and hundreds of episodes. So once I identified my negative self-talk, I questioned the evidence. I reframed my thoughts and I thought, I'm just new at this. I'm learning as I grow, but I'm going to continue to do it and improve. So that's just one example of, something that I went through recently. Okay, next you're going to identify your strengths. Take some time to reflect on your skills, accomplishments, and positive qualities. Make a list of your strengths and remind yourself of them regularly. Number 5, adopt a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, persistence, and learning from mistakes. That is a really big one. Having a growth mindset instead of a limited or set mindset is what I'm trying to say. So maybe I'll come back and talk about growth mindset because I think that's a really important topic. All right, so stay tuned for that one coming soon, y'all. Number 6, set realistic goals. Set achievable goals for yourself and work towards achieving them. This will give you a sense of accomplishment and boost your confidence. Number 7, practice self-care. Taking care of yourself physically and mentally can improve your self-confidence. Exercise, eat healthy, get your sleep. It's so important to get your sleep. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Get outside, go for a walk, be around nature, all that good stuff. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend time with people who lift you up and support you, and avoid those who bring you down or make you feel bad about yourself. So you might need to change your friend group or your social circle. And also practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself and treat yourself with the same compassion you would show a friend. Recognize that everyone makes mistakes and use setbacks as an opportunity to learn and grow. Once again, look for that episode on handling failure. I really like that episode. And the last but not least, take action. Take action to achieve your goals, even if it means stepping outside of your comfort zone. Oh, I kind of, reflect on starting this podcast. I was so nervous and I was so hesitant, but I was also knew that if I just took the steps needed to get going, I would get better with time and practicing it and growing my skill sets. Imagine if I had never stepped outside of my comfort zone. I wouldn't have the show. I wouldn't have, the connections I've made with you all. I wouldn't have an audience. I wouldn't be able to help people. So don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. It can bring you, I know it's scary. I know it's scary, but it can bring you so much in return. So I want you guys to remember that building self-confidence is a journey and it takes time and effort. You have to put yourself out there. With practice and persistence. You can increase your self-confidence and lead a more fulfilling life. But if you are experiencing low self-confidence, it is really important to seek support from a mental health professional, loved ones, or support group, because with the right help and support, it is possible to improve self-confidence and, like I said, go on to lead a more fulfilling life. I hope you guys found this episode helpful. I hope you, if you're struggling with your self-confidence, maybe listen to this episode again. And if you think it's time that you talk with a mental health provider, I have listed some resources in the show notes for you to go ahead and maybe reach out and find somebody that is a fit for your needs. Also, don't forget to sign up for that free ebook on 15 easy habits that support your mental health and hop on my email list, and we'll get to know each other even more. So thanks you guys for listening. Volleyball, here I come. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. And I want to encourage you to check out my other episodes. This past Wednesday is really important. It's how to heal after a loved one dies by suicide. The guest I have lost her husband to suicide a few years ago, and she is incredible. And she's written a book called The Suicide Club. I'll put the link in the show note for you guys to head over and listen to that episode. I really enjoyed meeting Alexandra, and I think you would find hope and value in listening to her. And of course, go ahead and take a look at all my past episodes, see if there's something else that you can listen to on this Saturday over the weekend while you're out on a walk or in the car or at the gym or whatever it is that you're doing. Well, thanks you guys for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. It is important to stress that these put it into practice episodes are not meant to take the place of any work you're doing with your therapist or doctor. In fact, please run these ideas by your counselor or doctor before you act on them to make sure you are ready for them or even a fit for these suggestions. I can't stress enough that each person is unique and their situation is unique. So please talk to your doctor before starting anything new that I might be suggesting. And also, the therapy show with Lisa Mustard and the information that I provide is solely intended for informational and entertainment purposes and is not a substitute for advice, diagnosis, or treatment regarding medical or mental health conditions. Although I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, the views expressed on this podcast or on my website or any related content should not be taken for medical or psychiatric advice. Always consult your physician before making any decisions related to your physical or mental health. The Therapy Show with Lisa Mustard is part of the Psychcraft network of podcasters. The Psychcraft network is a collaboration of independent podcasters focused on helping people live more meaningful and productive lives. This network of podcasts provides both self-help and business-building resources to create an impact in the world and change people's lives. You can learn more over at psychcraftnetwork.com. Well, that wraps up another episode of The Therapy Show with Lisa Mustard. I know there are hundreds of thousands of podcasts out there, and I'm thankful you've chosen to listen to mine.
Be sure to visit lisamustard.com to access the show notes and discover more fantastic content.
And I'd be grateful if you subscribe to the show. Thank you.